Assembling an engaging sounding hi-fi system can be quite challenging. With a wide variety of beautiful and very expensive audio components available, it can be difficult to determine which amplifiers, players and speakers will sound good together when you connect everything at home. All the components of active speakers are designed with compatibility in mind and are assembled in one enclosure. For most active speakers modeled virtually, any household device can serve as a source, a TV, computer or vinyl player. Some models even have built-in streamers and you can control them with your phone. For instructions of how to connect all of this, watch videos on the PremiumHIFI channel. Active speakers don't take up much space, are typically easy to use, and spare music enthusiasts the agonizingly long and costly process of component selection. Now, here are the top 10 active speaker systems that impressed me the most this year. I want to emphasize that these are my personal favorites. This means that your opinion is more important. Listen to the components before making a choice, if it's possible. 10th place. Klipsch Promedia 2.1 Heritage, a very decent sounding triphonic speaker system. It's budget-friendly and provides enough bass thanks to the presence of a subwoofer. It has a vintage-inspired design. The speakers have very limited connectivity options, but the price is reasonable. To achieve good sound quality, it requires a DEC. Otherwise, it may not sound its best. The peak power of this 2.1 system is 220 watts, which means that the nominal power output is approximately 70 watts. I personally like the sound. It's confident entry-level, hi-fi level option. 9th place. Heka Aurora 200p. These are active bookshelf speakers of medium size. They are very well crafted and fit nicely into interior decor. On the rear panel you'll find all the necessary connectors for connecting to various sources, from vintage vinyl to HDMI ARC for modern TVs. They also support Bluetooth aptX for wireless connection with your phone. These speakers impressed me with their clarity and natural sound, faithfully reproduced the texture of music without adding any extra coloration. They work well in smaller spaces up to 50 square meters. However, I didn't enjoy listening to hip-hop on these speakers due to their limited bass size. But when it comes to instrumental music, metal or rock, the bass sounds clear and textured. The mid-bass driver is optimized to minimize distortion, resulting in clear and articulate bass and mid-range. The speakers also create a wide soundstage with a depth of around 1.5 meters. 8th place. Magna Transpo 800A. These are large-sized active bookshelf speakers, built with high quality and a vintage design. Similar to the Heka Aurora 200p, they have all the necessary connectors on the rear panel for connecting to almost any sorts. The tweeter is made of fabric and features a horn design. The 170mm mid-bass driver is made from tempered paper and incorporates clipper laser technology to detect and eliminate distortions. In terms of sound, I can say that if you're a fan of hip-hop with heavy bass, the Magna Transpo 800i might not be the best choice, as they don't quite handle hip-hop bass well. However, when it comes to bass in general, it sounds remarkably clear and conveys the entire bass texture of the music. You also hear clear and fast high frequencies thanks to the compression tweeter. The speakers excel in home theater applications, creating an expansive soundstage in front of the screen. Overall, they are suitable for various music genres, and you can adjust the bass using the remote control. 7th place shared between two soundbars, Roark Audio R410 and Sonos FBROMA. Roark Audio R410 has a vintage appearance with modern touches and comes in two finish options. The internals are entirely modern, with the tweeter and mid-bass taken from the MR1 speaker that received a Watt Hi-Fi Award in 2023. The soundbar features built-in support for Spotify and Tidal, as well as AirPlay and Chromecast. The rear panel is equipped with all the necessary connectors for home use. The sound is beautiful, musical and very engaging. It has more than sufficient power and bass. The musical center easily sets the mood and can be placed on any shelf at home. Sonos FBROMA, a soundbar with similar sound quality. It boasts the same powerful and clean sound as the Roark Audio R410, but sounds faster. Finding inputs for the soundbar can be a little bit challenging, but its design is unique and beautiful, featuring two-tone linear finishing. Of course, it supports AirPlay Chromecast Bluetooth and can be connected to a turntable with a special adapter. Sonos FBROMA is equipped with 7 drivers, including a 165mm woofer, and has total power output of almost half a kilowatt. It's a superb product crafted by Italian masters and has earned various well-deserved awards in my opinion. 6th place, the 2 kW French monster, Kabasi Pearl 2.1. It's a triphonic speaker system with peak sound pressure reaching 150 dB. The woofer has a 70 cm diameter and it's manufactured using HELP technology. It has a built-in streamer with support for most streaming services, multi-room capabilities, Bluetooth and high-res audio. You can control it entirely from your phone using the company's apps, and it even comes with a healthy disc-shaped remote control and only one analog input. Accessing the connection ports is a little bit challenging because the system is primarily set up for streaming and wireless functions. The satellite speakers are very small, allowing you to play the system in virtually any interior. It delivers an expensive, fast and vibrant sound that immediately captivates, and the power output here is abundant. It includes a long calibration system, which means you can play the satellites without strictly adhering to hi-fi conventions. It comes in a beautifully presented gift box, and you can even mount the satellites on the wall. 5th place, Clip Z5s and Clip Z5s McLaren Edition. Perhaps this compact speaker system is my biggest favorite this year, and it has its reasons. Of course, it comes with a full set of analog and digital inputs for connecting any source. Unfortunately, it doesn't support streaming, but you can use Bluetooth. The tweeter has a horn design, and the miniature mid-bass drivers are smaller than my palm. There's a convenient volume knob on the top of the speaker. Inside the 5s, there are 4 amplifiers. 2 for the tweeters with a power output of 20 watts each, and 2 for the mid-bass drivers with a power output of 80 watts each. It's worth mentioning the dynamic bass equalization to enhance band's performance and lower volumes, resulting in a sound that vastly exceeds the speaker size. The sound is superbly articulated, thanks to Clip's signature horn design. It's a delightful experience. 4th place, Kabasi Rialto, a French explosive genius. This speaker is equipped with coaxial mid-high frequency drivers, and on the back it features a 70 cm bass driver built using HELP, high excursion, low distortion technology. The maximum sound pressure is an impressive 121 dB. It boasts 6 Class D amplifiers in the 2 speakers, all controlled by DSP using tape-appropriately deep algorithm. As a result, these compact speakers produce bass down to 30 Hz. The peak power of the pair is a whopping 4.2 kilowatts. On the rear panel you'll find all the necessary connectors. It comes with built-in features like streamer, multi-room, Bluetooth, auto-calibration and more. In short, it can do it all, and you can even connect an MP3 flash drive via USB if you happen to have one lying around. However, it doesn't support vinyl without any external phone preamp. As a result, during my listening session, I found myself searching for an unconnected subwoofer while watching movies. This speaker is simply outstanding for cinematic experience, and it delivers an astonishingly immersive sound despite its small size. It comes in 2 colors, white and black, but I share your desire for an orange version. 3rd place, JBL 4305P. These speakers are equipped with 2 separated ducts, one for each speaker, and they feature Class D amplification with 2 amplifiers per speaker, 25 watts for the tweeter and 125 watts for the mid-bass. The mid-bass driver has a diameter of just 30 centimeters, slightly larger than the palm of your hand, and it's made from pure wool, with added rings for increased rigidity. The 25mm tweeter has a diaphragm made of T1X and with annual ring. T1X is a patented polyethylene material. The annual ring is a compression ring designed to ensure that the sound wave from the tweeter, responsible for high and partially mid frequencies, is as clear, crisp, and beautiful as possible. The tweeter features JBL's signature horn design. A unique feature of JBL 4305P is the ability to cut off frequencies below 80 Hz when using a subwoofer, effectively allowing you to create an active freeway system if desired. JBL offers 3 different finish options, but unfortunately, there's no orange. However, the grills are a bit disappointing, as they are not magnetic, which is a missed opportunity for vintage design. In terms of sound, these speakers offer a musical experience with attention to detail and an excellent soundstage. They strongly resemble the sound of a vintage combination like the Yamaha P2200 and Onkyo D300O2A. I highly recommend JBL speakers as they can provide high-quality audio for a very long time. Second place, the most technically correct active speakers, Reflector Audio Squar 2. They provide bass down to 30 Hz and feature an absolutely flat frequency response, perfect phase alignment, and point source sound dispersion. They are manufactured using patented technology and powered by Class D amplification with 5 drivers per 1 speaker. These speakers are adjustable for room-specific tuning upon installation. They are also offered as studio monitor. These are genuinely correct and pure monitors that allow you to work with extended periods without ear fatigue due to uneven frequency response or fuzz issues. Thanks to smooth fuzz characteristics, the sound stage is deep, multi-layered, and correct. To use them, you'll need sorts with volume control. You can listen to them in the PremiumHIFI studio. They come in various colors, including orange, available on request. First place, Genuine Audio Ava, the absolute champion in sound quality in the category of compact active speakers. It delivers an outstanding soundstage, incredible driver control, and precision. These speakers handle any music genre with ease, even the most complex and texturally rich metal music. The sound is impressive, characterized by its natural tonal balance, warmth and softness. It can be described as analog in nature, without any digital hints, harshness or artifacts. The soundstage is deep and features a natural and smooth portrayal of musical elements. The depth and power of the bass range are particularly noteworthy. The bass from these compact speakers is extraordinary and rivals that of many floor-standing speakers. The musicality and engagement are top-notch. They are powered by Class D amplification, with separate amplifiers for each driver. They feature a coaxial midrange and tweeter, with a 20 cm side-feeding bass driver. The frequency response is nearly perfect, and the phase element is excellent, resulting in nearly the highest sound quality possible in the industry. The color options are white, including orange. That's all, guys. May the power of sound be with you.